Hello, everybody. Sorry for the long wait for the starting soon. Uh, Happened to do some fire drills. Basically, the lobby got opened up as public as opposed to invite only. So, fun stuff there. We'll be getting started here in a minute. Also, troubleshooting some technical issues with full body. So, yeah, be with you soon. All right, we're here. And I need to crank audio back up. There we go. And one more thing before we get started. I need to get a clip back on the headset. There we go. Cable clip attached. Good.
Oh god, that's so weird.
What?
Standing on one leg in real life, as seeing your avatar standing on one leg and moving in VR
Oh.
while you're trying to balance.
Mm-hmm.
Threw me off.
Yeah, you really don't have a solid reference point.
Right? I have terrible about it. When you lose, so you start like
Mm-hmm.
compensating. Nice. Wait, let's not move. What the fuck? This isn't the updated version.
Did you restart VR chat after updating the model?
Didn't even chat open when I did
it. Gotcha.
Oh. I'm just in your chat there. And I have more time than I don't have time. So then when she was loading, you don't have to get your shit, dude.
No, I wasn't. I was just double checking because you sounded like I was having internet connection issues.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was just double checking everything. Also, this needs to be right there.
Okay, I got more here. The pitch.
Like I said, model troubleshooting. Thought we got it sorted.
Axel.
Oh.
Hi.
Yeah. Business region.
Hey, what's up, girl? How you doing?
Hello. You can
How you doing?
just need to have business. So it's training on don't like what yeah, no. I think we're gonna this is the fix it.
Okay.
Basement bar, opposite floor. Oh, shooting range.
Hey.
So,
Where do you go?
Okay. Supporters are much more convenient.
How to do that? I mean, I'm pretty sure I did tell you. But you just like a thinky group.
Mm-hmm. Val? What?
Oh, that's right. You're not realistic.
That's right, I'm not. I don't do the walking and talking very well. At least, at least whenever people are behind me, because I want to stop and actually look at them while I'm talking.
There's and my mom vibrates. It keeps yelling and going.
Mm. I'm behind you.
Make sure. I shall lose you, even though you've got this place behind me.
Yeah, I would be more worried about losing you.
The void sense, while creatures of pure light are
Okay.
considered sin
I
eaters.
see. Molly.
They have a very
Oh.
statue-like appearance, pure
Well,
white,
at least you have an easy way of getting back home.
and, well, void sense much more monstrous and, well, very flashy, sometimes very grotesque.
What are we doing today?
I don't know.
That's
What did you want to do?
concerning, but I guess it
You
makes a lot of
want
sense.
to
in
meet
fairness
people
to you.
here, or?
I mean,
Mm.
yeah,
Another
mean,
way to
that's
put
what
it,
you do.
light ether stands for absolute
not-
order,
you
while
might.
dark ether,
do any like
well,
mission
chaotic.
thingy. You gotta get info. Pro.
Apparently
To be
you have a
honest,
tap on your shoulder.
I haven't actually checked out the mission board in a while, so.
Hold on, I had to turn it on. There you go.
Yeah.
I have achieved
Mm.
greatness.
No, I don't think I'm allowed to play VR
You can
today.
also sit on that shoulder.
I just got kicked.
Oh boy.
I'm getting timed out.
If I can fucking reach it. Double cats.
Yeah, I kinda noticed.
And if you reset yourself, you can stretch your legs a bit too.
Your voice has been kinda choppy, too. I think it's your internet connection.
Yeah, you're
You
standing.
know, kind of do some weird stretching real quick.
Tell me. Not downloading something. It's not downloading.
Give me a moment.
There you go. Now you can have a nice little leg movement.
Am I in that right lobby?
We'll find out.
Did you get the off
I'm
that I
not.
had delivered to you?
Alright, I don't know. I might just
No.
skip out, I guess.
Well-
I don't know what to do.
Give it one more try, see if it behaves.
Oh no, sorry. I'll take that.
How
What
many
a
of these
mood
two
killer.
did you and Frederick make?
Kaz is gonna come out to meet you. Because the flux is not nice.
I'm not having frame issues. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I don't know if it's just your connection to VR chat that's the issue, or if you're, like, having weird internet latency spikes.
I don't know either. Nothing's downloading. Arab's not even home. He can't be downloading something.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make any sense.
Your neighbors aren't piggybacking off your Wi-Fi?
I don't think so, because it's literally one of those things that's like a random string of numbers and letters. I'd be
Gotcha.
pretty impressed. He never changed it from when we bought the new stuff. And I'm not on Wi-Fi, so how the hell would that make sense?
Well, if they're using your Wi-Fi, it could still be tanking your internet speeds.
Well, we have it so that the Ethernet cables have priority.
Gotcha.
So I don't think it works there. It could be.
Apparently, my portals don't like me today. Apparently, they say no.
I can tell. Well, at least V can go back in.
Yeah, well, if you see me go bye bye again, just know that I'll probably be home.
Okay.
But that'd be-
Gross. Versace. Gross. What the fuck?
Don't come at me. Don't come at me.
I'm coming
It's
I'm
moving.
coming at you. Versace.
You
fuck?
I beat you back. Don't get out of here.
Why
Get the fuck out.
are you
Get out
here?
here. Get
Why
out
are
here.
you here?
Get out
Why are
here.
you here?
Get out here. Get
Why
out
are you
Leave me
here?
alone. Get
What
away.
are you doing here?
Get away. Get
Get
away.
off my gram. What are you doing here?
That's till later.
What the fuck? What are you doing here? You're not allowed to be here.
Get over here.
I'm
Yeah,
invisible.
get out.
I see
Here.
you're trying to show my avatar.
Get
I'm
out of
invisible.
Here.
Mwah.
Here,
Get
here,
out
here,
of here. Get out
here.
of here.
Let's just electrocute
Get
him.
out of here.
Oh, thank you. I
Def-
need it. Alright,
Teamwork.
alright.
Just electrocute the motherfucker.
Alright.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Get the fuck out of here. That's right, it is fucking gross.
Thank you. Yeah, God. Okay, let's try this again.
What is this saying? Second verse same as the first?
I mean, I hope not, because then I would get yoked as soon as we get in here.
I suppose that is a fair assessment.
I'd rather not, you know? What do you mean?
But
Why are you so slow?
because I walk, I don't run. Why be in a hurry?
You gotta get your workout and gotta run.
We get plenty of that at home.
Well, technically, we mostly do like upper body, and that would be your lower body. So,
Maybe for you, yes.
look,
And hello to you
it
too,
wouldn't hurt
Everest.
you to get some leg day in.
Oh, speaking of family. Oh wait, never mind. That's not her.
Cringe.
Morning.
Well,
whatever time it
If
is.
you want to talk to people and get to know them, by all means.
Kids do you
If
Let's see.
Yeah. Run around, talk to
Biohazard,
people.
Snuggle,
Whatever you
Jade,
want it to
Happy,
mean.
I mean, I'm normally just
Well,
here to
this
hang
your
out with you
oyster.
when
forgetting
you're
someone.
doing
I'm pretty
stuff.
sure I'm not forgetting someone.
well, I mean,
don't like that word.
Not really.
I don't really do a whole lot.
There's Mono as well. There's Mono as well, who's a little guardian. It's kind of
Okay.
So yeah, I do have a decent number of.
I think
Ready
to start production of new lines soon.
Mill.
I wanted to have some conversation.
Me too.
D is acting captain and Rogue as second to see what they could utilize specifically.
Also to CT. Not many realize, but he and I were a lot involved in at least the first phase.
I would like.
Jesus Christ, watch where you're going, you damn bird!
I think we don't there ain't nobody there. Of what is necessary. With a short. I have a couple ideas.
I don't think that's Arthur.
Maybe I'd like to discuss.
Yeah, we'll get something later.
Certain answers that will allow us to
Looks like a bird to me.
faster.
Well, yeah, like, but isn't like Arthur's
Smells like a bird.
a little bit larger?
What if it's one of those
And it looks like a bird, so that means it must be.
I don't know.
If it looks like a bird, flies like a bird,
No.
it must be a
If it
bird.
was
I don't think it is
Arthur,
either
then
way.
it
It
was
smells
like a bird.
If it was Arthur, it also would have been an owl.
Okay.
Oh, is he? Wait,
Was
what?
it an owl?
He went
I thought
owl.
it was a bigger bird.
He's always been an owl.
What? I thought he was a hawk or something.
I was
Anyways,
just like, wait a minute,
I'm
is
gonna
this
go
actually
get
Dylan or is it Dylan and Fable playing a trick on me? This is
I'm
literally the
gonna
question I have to ask myself now.
Y'all wanna
Although my
I
other
love
right
it.
now until
Oh,
so you're gonna need my
Hey, you
help.
Skinwalker, help me out.
No.
Here's what's happening.
What do you need?
Yes.
I've got the lightning lessons later today. Are you still gonna be around? The are much bigger.
I'm gonna be able to do very lightly. Right now, I have entrusted my blade with ebb and flow, so I'm not doing anything too crazy. I can summon it, but I've given a smaller version
It's just a bird.
to use. If I take that, if I summon my actual sword again, it'll disappear from ebb and flow. So I don't want to do that.
So we're mainly just focusing on control.
Okay, thank you, good plan.
I'm glad you made that decision. Really, honestly.
I would like to apologize for the last time I met you. Boss, you can't be saying that shit. You can't be saying that shit, boss.
You sentient?
I would suck the
understand.
fuck out of his head. This whole thing on the whole leadership,
You can't be saying that shit, boss. You can't be saying that shit.
if they get someone in charge, let those people organize the job.
I'm not sure what to make of that.
Lots of voices.
Shouldn't have stolen it from me. Nice to meet you again.
If you find yourself forgetting again, you may ask Amon. I know him as well.
Okay,
What's up,
I
Hemsky?
will. Threat assessment class in 10 minutes over there in that ring. I just tried to call our employees and maybe someone will show up. I don't know.
People know you for
See, and that's why that's one reason I say what I am too. So they know not to fucking shoot me in the back. Okay. I don't get mad at me for it, but hey, it gets the point across.
I've got to get my foot in other places. As much as I love the Gambit, I have to agree with her in that there's a lot of issues. And
Some of the dumpster fires
if shit comes down to it, yeah.
From what I've seen, to be honest, a lot of places turn to dumpster fires every now and then. Which one are you willing to deal with?
Perfect example of that was. I just don't know how much longer I can deal with every day infighting about something more. And apparently people going on unauthorized missions, like what type of group
I've seen
is it?
machines, I've seen
That was a one-time
organics.
thing with the unauthorized mission.
Hey, Dan.
Honestly, I'm not too
So,
sure.
you want to answer something?
Come here real quick. Come here real quick.
I don't know.
I mean, does this bother you?
No, you're good.
Honestly, though, trust me, I've seen infighting in other
Look at the
places
time.
too.
If it isn't my running away in
It's
fear time. Goodbye.
Fair enough.
It's
Mind where you're stepping.
Weird guy.
If anything, you're always
Where I'm stepping.
always go with Carl
Yeah.
or something.
I'm not exactly safe for your kind.
Yes, I mean, it feels like I've been fighting more with
fair enough.
others that I should be considering allies than actual people that need to be fought.
at the arena.
Alright.
Thank you for
What's
that.
being assessed?
I might actually.
There's an arena here?
Oh,
Yeah,
whoa. Yeah, that over there.
Yeah, I'll go look at it.
Huh?
I don't
did you
really
just
need
mutter?
lessons, but I may just attend for the sake of
Oh,
it.
whoa.
I might just
When is
attend
I am
because I'm not
intrigued.
used to things, so it might
Oh.
be a good idea to have that.
Hold on. What threat assessment? What threats are here? I feel like that should be like
I need to keep my eye out for
I wouldn't say that there's no threats here.
What is that?
So many people
Pretty
here
much everything
don't
here
know
can
what's
fall
going
into
on.
that threat,
well,
so...
Karu got me in contact with Rayesh after the fighting on Saturday with the fucking Gestalians.
No, I just do, and I have guns,
And I was
that's it.
asking Rayesh to teach me mage armor because it seemed very useful, and he's one of the few people I've seen that can do it.
I wish I could have helped
Let's
with
see.
the
The big guy
thing,
with
but
swords. I know you have guns.
still a bit injured.
I mean, please, you're injured, and I mean, we handled it. It was pretty alright. I mean, there was a few very wounded, but I mean, we got
Dan
it
can become a
somewhat.
werewolf.
That's more of the thing I wish I could have helped with, fix up the wounded. But...
Yeah. Luckily,
Dan
what's her name?
said he can become a werewolf.
Whoever it was that was up in the med bay, the new head of medical, I guess. I'm blanking on her name, but luckily she was there to help out a bit.
What the
Area, got it.
For the for what, the gambits or?
They're doing a battle threat assessment.
Yes, for
I
the
was
gambit.
looking more at that.
She was able to help.
I'm not gonna question
If the conversation is about dealing with the barons,
That son of a gem.
would you like my involvement?
Do my magic.
Are we going after him? Can you steal from your mom's purse?
He's
Assessment going on.
We'll go
to.
to.
You guys want to go to the courtyard?
I'm gonna be
helping him with it.
Oh.
He asked for my assistance with it, so if he's getting it ready now, I'm gonna pop outside.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I'm gonna take my time to watch this.
I only have
Can you speak of the roommate and he shall appear?
Yeah, this is my dumbass.
Evening.
The one that likes to come home half dead.
What's to do with the threat?
to be killed.
No, it's right in front of you, you know.
We'll see. How many people
How
decided
much you
to
think
seek
I ever got your
murder?
name?
Combat trading, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe it's just like asking questions.
around and finding
out.
Akari,
Akari,
or
or
curiosity.
you could call me Aki.
After you.
Aki. One night, you can call me Lynn for short. This is Kassius, you can call him Glass.
Lawyer, but,
Evening.
Hi.
but you can.
Evening.
guess you're just
If absolutely
Sorry, I just
necessary,
They
heard
kinda
something
like me
about the
when I first got
roommate.
here.
I see.
They don't know about anything. They were super sheltered. They don't know how anything works. And then I had like the whole like memory thing. So it's kind of
And somewhat similar to me, minus the memory thing.
And I think Frederick's too. I think
we
still have them somewhere.
But you were just kind of a lost cause. Fixed.
So there's just frogs somewhere on board. That's mildly terrifying.
Anyway.
You seem to enjoy it.
I still have my memories, but is of where I'm from.
No, I know, but just
I see it in
making correlations and stuff. I guess I'm just trying to say that it seems like we have a fair bit in common when it comes to the situation that I was in, and then now you're in, and etc.
I think probably a good amount of people have been in this situation.
I mean, she's been eating glow sticks.
I would say so. This, how eclectic the place is. Lots of new experiences. Very much feel like a fish out of water.
Very much so.
They said they were trying to put together some kind of suit of armor, but it kept exploding on them. I don't know if you know the context for that kind of thing in this place, because I know I don't.
Could speak of this, Roderick, Bishop, Wren. Bishop is here, I saw him, and I believe Roderick is out at the arena right now. Something about a threat assessment. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure what that means, so.
Oh, I heard them talking about that. It's basically they're asking questions like this threat is happening, and the other people have to say like what to do since
I see.
a good amount of people is playing hero, as he said.
Yeah. More so than they should be.
I
see.
think
So they're
Sven might be one of the people playing hero. Also, he should really be here.
Oh. I mean, if you want to go see him, you can. I'm sorry if I felt like I was pushing you in the corner.
No, you're fine.
Okay. Well, I mean, good luck with your searching. I guess we'll go outside and see what's going on. I'm kind of curious.
Please tell me that wasn't a
If
real
you need
frog.
anything, just say hi.
It was a real frog.
It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Still alive? Frog?
Why would you give me a frog?
Because they had it in their mouth and offered it to me.
If you're gonna eat the frog, you need to deep fry it. Tastes better that way. Tastes like chicken, actually.
There you go, little guy. That being there just saved me from slamming into my desk.
Yes, Ash asked me, do I have a weapon that can even kill you? Probably not, because I only have like a giant metal sword. And I don't think fireballs would be effective against you, so I probably wouldn't fight that right now.
Giant metal sword? Hold on. Well, how big is
Shit, that means
Sure.
I'm just not an expert on the topic, so I'm not going to speak on it, so I don't pass the incorrect information.
Alright, but you know, information is information. Sorry, I try to get a good amount of it.
No, you can move in.
I want you guys to see how far Roger moves from the impact.
My.
One more.
And if you wouldn't mind, can you fire one at him at point blank?
Going for it.
Can the shields take that?
I can just go in there.
Okay, so Roderick is a synthetic, and you saw him moving that much still from a shotgun impact. It's high caliber, meaning that shit hurts. That shit will chew through you.
What's kind of going on here?
So again, another point to take into account.
Exactly what's going on
Thank you,
over
Slade.
here.
Appreciate it. That's basically I wanted to use you as a more potentially more than what meets the eye
Just
kind of
combat demonstration and training.
There's that too.
Is
But
it
I can
okay?
I can hold it for now.
Yes,
That is a chainsaw.
That is a chainsaw.
I see you changed to red.
I don't know.
Look red in the sunlight.
Green.
Oh well.
I don't understand why I said color.
I suppose that's an effective enough weapon.
Basically, I can cast it at will, and it doesn't require a lot of mana off of me. However, that's the only two spells I can cast as Arden Quinn. So, for some people, the fact that this person has a chainsaw, in the first place, it's kind of a holy shit, fuck, kind of moment.
Don't think that
So
would
I
cut
want these
through
are
my
all
arm.
things to take into account when engaging a
It would damage it, but I don't think it would cut through.
that we've seen. I would like you to point out potential tactical or strategic things that you may see now, given what you've seen.
He hurts a lot more when you're forced to be close to him.
Yep, close quarters, okay. Cup.
Just keep moving.
Keep moving, probably a good thing. Mega?
I got someone.
At the back of
pretty
the
long, like, sniper range.
Probably a good thing. Dan?
Are those legs, are they armored?
Appears so.
Or are they just regular pants? Hmm?
Oh, what do you think?
They're armored to some extent.
It's utilities with knee pads and some steel toe boots.
Raiju.
Cut off the weapon hands, and after that, take away his legs.
Might be a good strategy if you can get that close to him.
That's boring.
I
If you
got
can do
one.
that from far away, it's definitely a safer bet.
Targeting the points that are more exposed may make it easier for you to take him down. It may stop him from being able to use his more longer range stuff.
Okay. These are all very important.
This so far sounds like common sense.
5 minutes or so to go ahead and pick these things out. In the heat of battle, you only maybe have a few seconds to notice these things. So it is very, very important that you make as many observations in a quick amount of time as possible. Thank you, Slade, that's all. If you'd like, Dylan, I'd like you up next with your weird whatever the fuck that was.
Which weird whatever the fuck that was.
Oh my god. What is happening?
I don't know how to describe it. It was weird.
They said it was threat assessment.
Worm on a string?
No, not the worm on the string.
I feel like the worm on a string isn't that dangerous.
The thing we called,
God.
That thing,
Yeah,
however,
that thing.
is dangerous.
It reminds me of that thing in the
Okay,
field.
well,
Absolutely nothing like a worm on a string.
I think I've seen one of those
If you were to
before.
encounter this out in the field, I want you to not show anything yet, but I want you to make some visual observations on what you see here. How would you go about taking this down, or would you disengage from the fight overall? Slade?
The target clearly can float, so they're
Honestly,
going to be
never
high
had
mobility.
a Halloween
Really a bad
costume.
idea to use high accuracy weapons against them because you'll probably lose.
Right. Did you?
They have mantis-like armaments. They can easily grab you in this range.
So they have range.
Okay.
Reach, I should say.
Being prepared to dodge from the spiky arms. If they are high mobility, you need to get far away quick.
Okay.
If you have a shield, it would be a good idea to use that so you can deflect the scythe-like blades and go in for a slash to the chest.
Okay. I'm gonna get two more, and then I'm gonna make an observation that no one has said yet. Elbon? And then I'll do Mega next.
Just by observation, it doesn't seem to have eyes, therefore, perhaps you could ambush it by attacking silently.
I thought it had
There's a very important note to make that this creature doesn't seem to have eyes. They could use echolocation, anything else. That's an important factor to note that they may be able to sense you, and you would have no idea. In that case, Mega.
From the way its body is kind of structured, it seems like a very close-up kind of killing machine. With the scythe claw, with the scythe hands and the claws. So, if you were to be able to find some way to outmaneuver and stay semi-far away from it, you stand a better chance of getting a
Careful.
close-up one-on-one.
And I think you had your hand up.
I did. It's pretty bulky. Do you think that you might be able to fit into a tight space if you wanted to run away? Because it seems like it might be fast.
Potentially. Roger.
If you were to engage it, it actually outranges you with most melee weapons. Its range is longer than most polearms can reach, even if you're using the full extent. And it looks like it's able to, with its many mandibles, be able to multitask fighting multiple combatants at once.
Hero.
The spines have like some kind of weird coloration with them. They almost come off as like venomous, maybe.
Potentially, yes. In that case, considering how much that we know about this creature right now, go ahead, Jess.
If the larger upper arms don't dismember you outright, it's likely the lower arms are capable of doing evisceration if you get in too close. Keeping track of the fact it has 4 arms is kind of important.
I'm trying really hard not to say anything right now, but I really want to.
Given the fact of, number one,
By all means, go ahead.
Just disable the fucking front arms. Just entangle them. They're long and bulky and look awkward as fuck.
And
Makes everything else more simple.
And depending on how flexible it actually is, you can attack it from behind and be relatively safe. You can even use the spines as handholds in my particular case, and zap the fuck out of it.
Good idea for you to engage, yes or no? No.
Absolutely not.
That depends on the
No,
terrain.
I don't even think I have a permit to go back there anyway.
Orlando Soccer Ruins, just the front of it.
I don't even know what an Orlando Soccer
So,
is.
to immediately
Orlando Soccer's a location.
to immediately put any kind of thing.
I don't even have a
there
license
as
for
well,
that.
These kind of creatures, if they're flying around Orlando Soccer, chances are they're probably not alone. Considering, in the ruins, there's multiple hives set up. There's, creatures that could possibly able to multiply. Creatures like that, just assume to know that they're not alone. Which is why whenever you're inside of an alleyway or of any kind, it's best to just draw.
Hero?
I was kind of gonna add on to that as well, because like based on the fact that it has no eyes and could use some kind of waves or signals, it could possibly call others.
Potentially. Slade?
To be fair, if this thing noticed you and you were alone, you're already dead.
It's a fair accusation to make.
Creature's
Thank God I'm
fast,
tiny.
skin is oddly translucent. Yeah, there's not much you could do.
I definitely want to
Helmet.
face to face.
What if you meet a thing like this in the desert?
The sides or the back.
It seems
All right, let's go and put it in a desert then. Loose footing on
This
dunes.
scares and I did.
Maybe rocky platform. Regardless,
its skin
still.
doesn't look like it needs moisture. It looks like it needs moisture or something.
Potentially. But
I think
even
it's
I think even in
if I remember correctly.
in any capacity, go ahead and turn invisible.
Oh, hell no, I don't want to get in.
Wait, it
I don't want to be. I'm out.
Easier in the desert because it would still displace sand.
That's if it's floating, displaces the air underneath of it. I'd
Well, yeah,
be.
but that would still displace sand because sand's so small.
When it's moving, I could definitely see that. I would also be looking for. Well, it wouldn't be something that you wouldn't be noticing right off. But, it'd be a blank spot in the heat that's rising off the sand.
It would be death.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was gonna say is the heat that rises off the sand from far away.
I'd actually like you to change me and change my appearance into something that is familiar. Go and turn me into one of the two-headed
But yeah.
creatures.
I think getting behind it and grappling it on its back is the best option if you have to engage it.
Magic. Target Higgs.
I'm gonna get the book.
For forewarning, this is all illusions, alright? If you can see through illusions, whatever.
Creepy.
I remember these.
No need to worry.
Again, this is an illusion, so I want you all to take note of what you see here. If you were to see, because they've been in Orlando Soccer ruins. I'm gonna go ahead and use that as an example again. I want you to make a note of what you see here and of observations, sight alone, not to other knowledge that people may have, but I want you to make visual observations and decide if this is a threat that you could engage.
Well, some people fought them before.
They might utilize whatever fire is inside of them because they're like burning on the inside, which is kind of no
That
thank
might be
you.
magic, yeah.
Okay. Duly noted.
Okay.
I can't.
Raiju, sorry.
Necrotic fire.
I'll be back in a moment.
Since they have two heads,
Yeah, they
they
were
can
the
spit out more fire
Man, that's a fucking
than the
downgrade.
regular singular head ones. And plus,
Okay.
they are also bigger than the single-headed ones.
We need to block off.
That means
But if
they're
you saw this
stronger,
first glance,
physically.
how would you know that? If you just saw this without knowing that it could breathe it, how do you know that? Just looking at it.
I can see a little bit of fire in it.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just the point I want to bring
it's
out.
usually better to over-assume its ability than to under-assume its ability.
Right, but like I said, like, how do you know that? That's just kind of the thing I want to ask. Like, nothing wrong with assuming, but
It looks a
In
bit
this
rotten and
situation, it's
goopy, so
something that
be
you've
careful
never
getting
seen before.
fluids in
That
any
is
open
the,
wounds,
training.
otherwise you might.
Right.
Jess?
Yes, essentially that's the point.
is why I'm
Is
not
you've
really
never
saying
seen the
anything,
creature.
because
Setting off the
you
idea
might
that the
accept
fire
it.
is abnormal, seeing that it's green, one should automatically assume it's either chemically altered or has some other means of
I
damaging
was
you.
involved in the plague war. I was underleveled.
What's up, Bishop?
Okay. Mahiro?
Who a drink?
Adding off of what Maribel said, the teeth and the claws almost come off like more needle-like than usual.
Oh, yeah.
But they might like inject something.
I'm just gonna finish up with the swear assessment class and I'll get her
Potentially.
that drink.
Okay, so
Let her know that.
if there is one of these in Orlando Saka comes up to you, from if you were given the prior the prior understanding of what they are, usually they attack with their claws and they have a flame breath attack. They use necrotic fire. Given that information, how would you go about killing this creature?
Range, stay back.
Welcome
from
back.
the fire.
Yeah,
Would you go about
range.
trying to kill this creature, or
Take
would
cover.
you leave?
Got it with enough shots until it leaves you alone?
I mean, personally, I
mean,
would
if I-
fight it, but I fought these things before.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was with people and I had good cover, maybe.
Take it out.
Mega?
I'd probably try to
Accept
freeze
death.
it to the ground long enough for me to get the fuck away.
For me, the best course of
Personally, what I would
eliminating
do.
one
That's a
of
good
my
idea.
creatures would be to stay away from it, like pretty far to where it can't breathe fire on you, and to avoid its claws, and then aim for limbs or the heads.
Okay. Link.
It's more of a comment slash observation. Is more that when you see plague units, they're obviously not alone. There's always plenty more of them. So that's something you also got to reconsider when you see even one of these. There's always going to be more.
Correct.
Probably.
All right, Mahiro,
Hey,
and
Higgs, I
then
wanna
I'm
say
going to bring
something.
another person. Oh, yes,
Well,
Dan.
what I'm hearing is if I run into any of them, just drops a building on them.
If ever you can, don't
Oh,
go
it
it
sounds
alone.
like you can
Get
run at
some
any
backup.
You should just
At the very fucking least.
Or just not go at all
Shouldn't
if
ever
possible.
go it alone.
Exactly.
Mahiro.
I mean, if I was with a good amount of people, I would want to fight, but if I'm the only one, no. And it'd probably be in a place where I either have a shield capability, or if I have any cover to hide from, because that necrotic fire sounds scary.
I gotta go to the bar.
Like what Gildir says, when you're going into battle, always have a buddy. Battle buddies, you can clear rooms with battle buddies. So,
Bring up wind.
I'm going to
Did
drop the
Autumn
magic
Flux
here.
again?
Save lives.
I believe Autumn fluxed again.
So, Arik, can I bring you up?
Sure.
Okay. Hey, do you mind putting down the barrier, Roger?
Yep.
And then after this, I'll do Karu, and then after that, I think we'll be done. All right, Arik is a really good example of someone who you would basically have absolutely zero tactical knowledge about. To be honest with you, I don't even know what Arik can do. I know some things, but I don't know a lot. It's because of how Arik is as a person. However, this is a really good example to use. Right now, what we're teaching is picking your fights, basically. Threat assessment. So, I would like you all to make.
He's been around for enough.
I would like you all to make an assessment on Arik here. What he's wearing, appearance-wise, anything that you could note.
Moderately armored, light build. Probably fast.
Looks like a demon.
Chris, I'm not sure if you can hear me while you're in a meditative state, but I would try to.
Horns and tail, abnormal hair coloration suggests non-human individual,
No
probably
shit.
not their true form.
If you can hear me.
Okay.
There's likely something going on.
Not here. Not here. Oh god, they already found me.
I said if you can hear me. I don't know how much of
They
that
like the light blue.
meditative state they're in.
Beware of their armor.
There's some aerial events.
Fuck their armor is not the best.
They've been in meditative state for a little while.
Piercing blades or piercing attacks.
Again, if they can hear me, I don't think they can.
Alright,
They likely cannot.
It looks kind of tattered and worn on the bottom, so I suggest they definitely have good knowledge of fighting. If that got to that point.
Moonshine.
Okay.
That reminds me, I haven't forgot.
Anyone else have any other notable? Yep, helmet.
We talking moonshine over here?
Light armor usually means they're agile, fast, so they can get quick around.
All I'm reminded is just, trying to help out with threat assessment. I haven't forgot, I promise.
Yeah.
All right.
I got you, girl.
I'll wait until you finish. I'll wait until you finish. Don't worry.
Let's go ahead and put you in a scenario. Something that I believe would be advantageous to Arik. Let's say you are going through a forest.
I don't know. New, to be honest.
Let's say for whatever reason Arik has not been exactly very fleet-footed and steps on a twig. You turn around, you see Arik. What are the actions that you take then from that point forward? You have split seconds to decide.
Outside the more mundane.
You also see a bow and arrow strapped to his back.
Remaster myself.
Take cover.
Keep that in mind.
Considering that the bow and arrow isn't drawn at that point in time, and it appears that they are potentially following from a distance, the course of action I would take would be diplomatic at first. Inquire who they are, advise they're following me. If the actions of them proceeds to not be favorable, at that point, that's when evasive action would be taken. Either attempting to flee them, and if not able to flee, try to delay.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
I was not expecting to hear anybody answer like that today. I am slightly in
That's
shock
what I
at
thought.
that.
What is this,
Very
like
good.
mind games?
So,
Thought experiment?
something to note that's different
I
between
think
the
they're
plague
talking about,
creature
what is
and
it,
between
fighting?
Arik here, which I hate to compare the
combat
two, but Arik
analysis. I know.
looks sentient. The plague creatures do not.
Boring.
Mm.
Most boring thing I've been in a while.
All things you can take with a grain of salt in the metaverse.
Not sure
so
how this whole thing works. The only magic on
usually,
somebody with
to avoid potentially
move away, so I'm not
repercussive
fucking over.
actions, it's good to actually do something like this. Be diplomatic at first instead of outright threatening or evading outright. You don't know what their agenda could be. You don't know what they're doing. They might not even be looking for you. You might just be in the wrong place at the wrong time. These are all things that you should take in account. Anyway, thank you, Arik. That's all I wanted to bring you up for.
Wait, he's not like a dragon or something? I was assuming that.
Yeah, I'm awake.
That's a good thought.
Yes, I'm gonna do Karu first and then you. Karu, please, if you would mind coming up. So, I'm not gonna even ask the question. I'd like you all to threat assess Karu here, please and thank you. Raise your hand if you have anything of note to dictate.
Well, he's got a staff on his back, so I can assume he's somewhat of a caster.
If the hat isn't a dead giveaway.
Damn straight.
One could also assume, given by the color scheme, that his magic would be related to something of similar color, for example, lightning.
Potentially. Also, the lightning emblem might give that away as well.
Lightning bolt is definitely
Of
a
course,
dead
but
giveaway.
we're talking from like, from my position, it would be hard to see
Here.
from this distance, but closer up, yes, it is a dead
Exactly.
giveaway.
Based on his attire, it's not heavily armored, so I'd assume he'd probably lie back a bit more when it comes to combat, possibly from a medium to ranged distance.
Okay. Jess?
Most people would assume simply because he's light armored, that means he can't protect himself in close range, but that's definitely not the case with casters. Assuming that they have a full array of skills, including close range and shielding options, is always a good idea.
Okay.
I do have a giant stick after all.
Swords exist and a few other different
Sticks are good weapons.
Despite the stuff, it does not look like it's bladed. And since by the structure of it appears to be wood, so that means bladed weapons can easily cut through it.
You're discounting some
enchantments.
magical enchantments,
Magic
yes.
enchantments are also something that should be considered with somebody who looks magical, such as myself.
Dan has something.
Dan, and then I'm gonna throw in a wild card.
Again,
Oh, I
with the
wasn't-
person, if needed, we could just talk things out. Diplomatic is a solution.
Okay, so let me throw you into a scenario. You mind electrifying yourself? If you
Yep,
can?
give me just a second here. How about now?
Oh, that's what he meant.
Okay,
Mhm.
so let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and put you in a scenario here. Let's go desert, but it's stormy, overcast, lightning. It's starting to rain a little bit, and you come over a dune. Karu is standing there, about maybe 15 feet away. He looks angry and looking right at you. Threat assessment, please.
Oh, if I'm angry, give me just a moment. That changes a lot, actually. Wrong.
Punch him in the
again.
face?
There we go.
What?
Bad idea.
For you,
Dumbest thing I've ever heard today.
that would be a direct engagement scenario for me.
Expected. Punch him in the face?
Okay, alright, we're gonna put that on the back burner for now. Go ahead.
It would
On the
hurt, but I
very
think I could be
contrary of that,
effective.
It seems that his armor is fully, or not his armor, but his body is fully electrified, so any contact, especially with metal, seems negative, and that's gonna end up hurting you. As well as that, it seems like he may be a bit stronger than he normally would be because he's enraged.
Could you try to calm him down? Be nice to him? Maybe he's just in a bad mood.
Potentially. You might be diplomatic. You might have walked onto his territory. You have no idea. Dan.
I was about to say, like, you're on high ground. Lightning tends to hit what's the tallest point.
Give it a wide berth because I can't
Good
be
idea.
you.
Just turn around, basically. Probably better just turn around. Let him. Just leave him alone.
Okay.
You know what this guy's dealt with.
Based on the fact that it's also raining, which water is very conductive to electricity, that's not good. I'd probably just like, I don't know, put hands up or show that I'm kind of like not going to do anything to upset him further, since he already seems pissy. Just like do something in a passive manner.
It's a bit hard to not be biased with Karu because I know what he can
Hi. So I wanted to point out the fact that because they're clearly a caster, normally when you cast multiple spells at once or have spells ongoing, it takes a lot out of you. So clearly you'll know that he has some kind of mana pool, though it might be influenced by the weather. If you keep them in this enraged state, they'll probably drain mana faster and eventually reach the bottom of their mana pool, where it'll probably be a lot easier to take them out.
That normally would be a very safe assumption. That normally would be a very safe assumption. I am the one exception to that rule.
Normally, it's still a good.
And
That's
Jess,
actually still
and
a
then
very
after that, we're
good
gonna do
assumption.
one more example, which will be Roderick, and then we'll be done.
Not knowing him, considering the fact that he's clearly upset, diplomacy is probably not a good idea. idea. Most casters require line of sight, so breaking line of sight and moving away or skirting around as quickly as possible would be the best bet. There's no reason to engage someone you don't know.
Okay.
That's a good point.
All right. So, lastly, thank you, Car. You can go ahead and power down and stop being so angry now.
I'm not angry. I'm just very good at making it look like I am.
Answer your flip phone.
Scenario.
You have a scenario? Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Alright,
I would have thought cricophones still exist.
Here's a scenario. You see me or someone like me, or let's go first. You're in a facility that you're currently raiding. It seems to be corporate of design or technologically advanced. You go to a door. It seems that the door was unlocked. Walk in and you enter a storage area with multiple pieces of equipment, ammunition, weapons, vehicles, and deactivated combat drones. And you see me. What do you do? Or what is your first assessment right there in a couple seconds? Mahir.
I'd probably, like, walk out. That's kind of because it seems like a setup.
If you had a 4-man team, would you still attempt to disengage, or would you attempt to fight it?
I'd at least try to talk it through with them, but if they want me to do it, I guess I'll go with them. I'm not really too sure on what I'd do personally.
Alright. Kaz?
In a combat situation, my first instinct would be go and disable the shutdown drones. Because if Zaren's just seeing someone in your particular type of armor, I would assume security of some sort, and therefore if you're security, you would be able to potentially remote power up the drones. So first action would be disable.
Elbon?
To add on to Mahiro's idea of reasoning, perhaps instead of just standing anywhere for the talk, standing close to cover in case it comes to a fight to quickly get behind cover.
Alright.
Well, my first thing I'd see, Chris, the first thing I'd see is with your armor, you seem at least competent with combat, either hand-to-hand or with like guns or weaponry. So my first thing would be to keep my distance, as I wouldn't want to get into a quarrel with you. The second thing would also be finding the drones and seeing if there's a way to power them or like keep them powered down or disable them. And then the third thing would be probably keeping a bit less line of sight, just so that I'm less susceptible to getting shot.
Alright. Autumn, and then, Jeff.
Ah, yes.
Well, first I need more information. What are you doing at the time? Are you staring at the door with a gun? Are you back turned? Rummaging through something?
I'm waiting there, waiting for you.
Okay. Second thing, is it...
Or
what are we there at the facility... What are we there at the facility for? We're raiding it. Looting mission? Scouting mission? Or kill mission?
Assault mission.
Okay. Are you one of the bad guys, or are you Rogic in this sense, literally?
In this sense, I am an unknown to you. You don't know who I am.
Gotcha. Okay.
The assumption is if Zaren's a building...
Honestly, assuming you're just standing there waiting, you already know we're there.
The person to
At
talk about
that
the
point,
Baron stuff is right over there.
if you
so
haven't shot first, that means you're at least willing to know who's there.
Well, after this,
Cordial
speak now.
talks
I'll be starting my
could be had.
lessons in a bit.
But ultimately, if the alarm is blaring and they know we're here,
I just want to give students time to practice.
assuming it's you,
Absolutely, I'm just making sure and checking with the system.
I'd have to fight for my life.
I'm done with my part in assisting, as you
Doesn't
saw.
matter if I run.
Scare the snot out of some people by charging.
Yes.
If it's an assault, considering that you're using what seems to be clearly advanced equipment and have access to drones, which you are likely controlling,
I took very
it
much note of
seems using some sort of electric attack would be a bit dangerous as well, considering there's ammunition in the room. Avoiding cook-off would be best. I would say probably rushing the room with your full squad as quickly as possible to disable the drones and overwhelm you, while using shields as a push tactic.
Alright. So everyone actually made some pretty good solid decisions. I'm a cyber warfare specialist, so disabling the drones based on your assessment of everything that you've looked at the room is probably your best choice of option. If they're looking at you, or if they're waiting for you and know that you're coming in the door and waiting for them, like Autumn says, you should be aware at that point that you need to disengage and try to fight as best as you can to get out of that situation. Because odds are, like Mahiro said, try to leave immediately.
I remember.
I was setting up a trap for you. If you notice, I mentioned earlier that the door was unlocked in a facility that you are currently raiding. Meaning that odds are that they are trying to set up a trap for you. So honestly, actually pretty good assessments right off the bat based on the information they've given you so far.
So, one last thing I want to go ahead and I want to touch on before we conclude is everything has a weakness. Everything does. There's always something that you can manipulate, and given that you can succeed in a conflict. Sometimes it may be just numbers. If you are by yourself in a situation, most of the time the answer is to retreat and find out and take a team back later if it is something that you need to figure out. If you already have a team, let's say Roderick here is my adversary, by given just general things that I could probably look at, he's got some kind of grenades on the side there, potentially shoot those, explode him, shoot the nooks in his armor, potentially use things that impair his sight. We don't know. We're just, you have to make a lot of guesses in those kind of things. The more guesses you make, the more times you could be wrong. It's a very disadvantageous position regardless. So take those and take that as knowledge is one of the most important things that you can learn before a fight. If you can go in with knowledge, then you have much more likelihood of being able to succeed. Some of those are based off of the conclusion that you have to take on the time, though, and sometimes you don't have that luxury. So analyze what you can and how you can. Yep.
All this information, you're talking about the ruins a lot. Are there a lot of those creatures in the library that you could learn and prepare for? Or
maybe not in the library, but depending on who you are, you may... we could probably talk. You probably ask OPD or other people like that. There are some creatures that are there that would exist. That have in the ruins like some familiar monsters. It'd be good to honestly. The books are great and all. Books are good. But asking by word of mouth by some of the others who are specialists as well. Like for example, Ares is a monster hunter. He hunts monsters as well as I do, and I'm more familiar with some of the supernatural. Roderick is a tactician who does cyber warfare and other things like that. He's very knowledgeable of synthetics and other things like that. So there's ways you can diversify your training and your knowledge.
If you're in the Feywilds, ask a Fey.
Correct. Magic casters, ask your magic casters, etc., etc. There you always can learn more about things before you interact with them. But that basically concludes us. Does anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns? Or questions would be more of the appropriate. If anyone has any questions or points that they would like to make. Yeah. Yes, no, maybe so.
Thank you for hosting this, Higgs.
Yeah.
Well put together.
thank you.
Thank you. I'd clap if my hands wouldn't break.
Does everything have a weakness?
Give a round of applause.
And you have a good day.
Round of applause.
Yay.
Who's on the cash? What the fuck?
I don't need clapping. Just don't fucking die. There you go.
Aw.
Use your brain.
I don't plan
That's the man who has
I hope
died
to keep my streak of 205 years.
Why did Comfy just blow up the ammunition? Maybe that's just video game logic.
What happened? Well, I'm not sure what to do with all this knowledge. What ho? You want to have a little bit of a chin waggle? I don't know.
Fountain.
You know, that's fair. That's fair.
Well...
Can't argue with that. I will worry about it.
This is my chemical suit.
My ethereal air conditioner is very cold. Give me one moment.
Sorry. I saw Bishop earlier, and I was looking for him again. I don't see him out here. I think he might be inside.
Threat assessment is quite literally just.
You mean?
Yep.
It's in reference to Aki and her armor issues. I was going to have. Yeah. I'll be back in just a moment.
I'm gonna come in with you. I don't have anything to do.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you were going to talk to people.
Okay.
So you,
No.
that reminds me.
Right.
Please don't.
Oh, okay.
He looks like he wants a hug.
Weird. I'm kind of surprised at all the answers. How little, like they answered, but it just wasn't, like, a lot.
I think that most people are a little, hesitant to speak up.
Anyway, I flexed out, so I'm going to get back to
You know, I'm not a member or anything, so I didn't know if it was a good idea for me.
I mean,
I
you're...
hate the caster stuff. I couldn't help myself because, you know, that's kind of what I am. So.
Right. Careful.
Sorry. Oh, okay, we're making a robot.
Chocolate pretzels. If you want. Chocolate pretzels? Hello, what would you like?
I was actually curious. Have you seen Bishop?
Bishop, they're right there.
Ah, good. Danke.
Oh, they know.
I have some funds that, is having some, issues with their armor. I wanted to put them in contact with you.
Who could that be?
They're outside by the arena last I saw them. I can, show you.
Wait, Lori's turning people into skippets again?
Yes.
I killed them. I killed him with the power of the flux.
Point me at him.
Yeah. Right this way.
Yay. I made it. We're gonna have one person that can handle magic. One person that can handle electronics.
And some help with fighting, possibly essentially primals, if you know what they are.
You know what I mean.
Excuse me. Aki?
Essentially, just a magical being, like similar to a god or a deity, but not actually. It really did
Excuse me, Aki?
I kind of need to get some people to help out, and I know that you can actually be a frontliner, and I'll be very handy to have your help. Just that.
feel pain and I felt pain. Yeah, I probably can. Otherwise, we're gonna have
Can you hear me?
Hi.
Yeah.
My world just broke.
I see. This is Bishop. He's one of the ones I was telling you about as far as your armor is concerned.
Hi.
I figured I'd introduce you two so you can, sort out the details.
I am Bishop, Postmaster of the Seashore Special Engineer and Tech Priest at your service.
Yeah.
Hi.
So, you mentioned you were having armor issues.
Did we?
Yes, I got it.
Yeah. My armor kind of blew up a few times. Well, not blew up. Some components blew up for it, and yeah.
Sorry, if we don't mind.
Oh, well, this was after.
Yeah, taking a step away might be best. It is loud.
If we move to a different location, it is loud here.
Yeah. But there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I see you're taking a nicely timed visit here to the Misty Shores.
Sachi.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's scary. All the goddamn scavenger are over there.
Big, and then the raise happened.
I forgot Flurry's sick.
Wait, that was my
I got the stabby stabby.
No, that was my fault because I conjured the
thunderstorm
because you couldn't.
No, I single-handedly catalyzed the entirety of the raise because I was hungry.
He saved me.
I'm like, okay, I was about to say shit. I didn't think I'd started something. All right, I feel a little better now.
You were present when that happened at the very least. But yes, I was very hungry, so.
I do remember. I remember a lot of things that Shambles did. A lot.
I have another question.
God, the nightmares.
Feel free to ask. I'm another open book.
Okay, this one's kind of a fun question, but I want to ask it anyway because it came to mind. Did you happen to get your powers by sticking like a fork in like soft?
Boobs.
You would not believe how many times I've heard that, but no, actually, my realm is incredibly medieval. Electricity in my realm doesn't really exist other than lightning.
Oh. But okay, so now more serious question. Can you like tap into like electric stuff to actually charge yourself?
Yep.
Would you prefer me to call them something? I got
That's really cool.
Whatever you want to say.
It's very helpful in more modern settings.
It's also
You can
helpful
usually also
in...
override power or overwhelm power systems and shut everything off.
Right, yeah.
Short circuits them.
You,
Dead body didn't land on us.
have you
Yep,
ever
back.
had problems with like overwhelming yourself?
I believe we all have.
Oh, okay, so that's where that comes from.
Well, partially from my own magic, as I was training, partially from being hit with just about every medieval weapon you can think of. I didn't always have these gauntlets to protect myself.
Oh.
I like how the last thing we did before entering the elevator
But yes,
silently looking at each other.
I can quite easily overdo it if I'm not careful.
Fuck it. Then we go into the elevator.
That's pretty neat.
All of your electricity is magic-based, yes?
It's actually elemental, unless I change the color of it. So when it was red, that would have been arcane. But other than that, when it's just in its basic state, it's purely elemental.
Yeah, the golem that yawned. We had to sneak past.
Can you elaborate on elemental? Is that more like natural from
elemental
yourself?
Is essentially just natural. Elemental lightning is as close to naturally occurring as possible from a caster. Technically speaking, mine is purer than natural, because it doesn't have environmental afflictions and such. It's a little bit confusing, but then anything that is a different color, my base color is yellow. Anything that is a different color from that is altered by Arcana by myself in order to have a different effect.
I see.
So, blue has a fear spell effect, red just hurts really bad, very good for incapacitation, orange burns things, etc., etc.
I see, so, this red, is that just you pushing out more, energy? Or is that also arcanely fortified?
So, when it's red, or when it's any of those colors, it's emotionally augmented. That's how my magic works. It's all based off of my emotional state. Which has forced me to get decent bearings over it.
That's actually kind of similar to me. Except mine's...
I mean, I saw you have some electrical ability there.
Except mine is not magic.
If it's a frozen
I'm
lake,
not wired for it.
fuck that. But if it's just like I like snow.
See?
I like snow. Snow's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so does that mean you don't have a resistance to lightning?
Not really, no. I mean, I can absorb it some and feed it back. But,
Oh, so you can redirect.
in a way, yes. But it still does hurt.
Yeah. In my case, I don't really feel it much anymore, but I can just eat it. Literally eat it.
I wonder if that's some things that I could do.
Well, I wouldn't recommend starting off with consumption, although that's something I've always been able to do. It might just be biological in my case, but other than that, I'm human.
I am human as well.
Keyword is most.
Yes, humans don't normally like electricity.
Yeah.
I'm sure you figured that one out in experimentation. All of us lightning mages do.
More like by accident,
And
but
several $1000s worth
I mean,
of appliances
in my
and electronics later.
yeah.
Yes, in my case, the way I found out was I got struck by a bolt of lightning, and instead of dying, it looked like this.
Right. Mine didn't show up until after I turned 12.
I didn't have control over mine until I turned 7, so it does seem to be an age correlation thing. It was just kind of... I got struck before that age, but I didn't have control over it, so it just kind of grounded itself after a while.
Yeah, I don't exactly ground out.
Well, that's probably better for your monopool, or however your lightning works. Believe me, you want to keep as much of it in you as you can.
It's had some detrimental effects if overused.
It always does. Magic always has that effect.
Yeah, but again, this isn't magic from everything that I've been told.
Which is... I mean, magic is simply science that is not understood, so...
Put any actual eyeballs in it?
Some people are attuned to use arcane energies such as mana or other variances of it from across the realms. That is where traditional magic comes from, but
Why?
it's very situational. Depending on where your magic pulls, or lightning rather, pulls from, it can be very different.
It pulls from me as best I can tell.
So, does your body just create it then?
As best as I can tell.
Out of character, are you passively making electricity?
Mm-hmm. If you're attuned,
Okay, well, then I
like
would
if
be
you're
able to-
attuned to electrical currents, there's an electromagnetic field around this boy.
Oh yeah, I'm very attuned to lightning.
Mm.
Yeah, I can tell you're definitely producing it. You've got a minor magnetic field. That is actually impressive.
Yeah.
I have to do that consciously. You're just kind of stood here with one. That's really impressive.
Yeah, it can't exactly turn it off. I've tried.
The side effects of our magic, after all. I mean, in my case, I just tend to shock people if they shake my hand.
Same.
He does it all the time.
Mm.
Except that one of your hands isn't, you know...
You have a glove for that, at least.
But the fingers are exposed.
Touche. I mean, I've recently gotten gloves myself. It mitigates it a bit. Although I can still actively use magic like this. Which is good. Because of the metal studding in it, I can just kind of,
Yeah, I actually,
This is the wrong toggle.
yeah, my armor, I, had it lined with silver threading, that way I could conduct through it. Otherwise it acts more
I
as
have
an
silver
insulator.
lining in this jacket as well, actually. As well as, as he pulls it out, you just see fluff inside, like really soft-looking fluff. This builds static charge against my shirt, so, I passively regenerate just by moving about and doing things.
I see. That might be something that, might fun to look into.
It's very helpful, actually.
Yeah. But,
And then this necklace I wear is to keep me in check. I'm a bit too powerful for my own body as of current, so I'm working on it.
I just like it there for research.
Fine.
Okay, I'll let you sit here and talk to your lightning buddy. I'm gonna go walk around. It was lovely to meet you.
Dude, take care.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't get your name.
Kind of like a therapy session. I blew it up.
Oh, my name's Lynette. Nice to meet you.
Karu, pleasure to make your acquaintance.
But we also learned that because I went with Ezra, we also learned that
Yes.
somebody was following me and taking photos.
A good way to check without shocking.
Yeah, you're really cool.
Oh no,
I've gotten her enough
I know
times.
everything that I do. If you were in a desert, I'd probably try to break the sand in beneath you. That way, the entire thing would go down, trap you, and then, yeah.
Oh, that would be really bad. I'd likely turn myself into a glass coffin.
Oh, that Ezlo guy.
I mean, but yeah.
I think I met him on
Anyway,
twice.
I'll let you take it up.
I went there twice too, I think.
Are you okay?
Bless you. I should mention.
You won 51%.
I don't know if you want to go ask about it or just hold it on hold for a second.
That was.
Then something to start with.
Hey,
Oh, Erlen, Ray wants to know if you know where Ezra is.
Hey, Quill.
I just seem to be sneezing.
Okay, Seven.
Oh,
Chris.
just to mention the fight is over. Chris. My bad. I don't know what I forget names a lot, you know me.
Don't worry about it.
By the way, magic lessons will be in a little bit. I was just waiting for Higgs, and I have no idea where they finished to.
Seriously, if you want to work on that lightning spell of yours, plan to spar.
Well, after your sparring match, then I can postpone it a bit longer.
Yes.
Alright.
Okay, but like, I
Are
don't
you
know
feeling
you're
okay, Seven?
24 7. I'm not a stalker.
They're shorter than me, so.
Fair enough.
What do you want me to start a stalker?
The devil and he soon shall appear.
See, there he is, Roland.
So,
Found him. Hello. I'm a fucking god. I did it. I'm a fucking god. Hey, Ray Ray. I'm a fucking god.
Things seem to have gotten interesting.
yeah, a little bit. When it comes to, you eating, electricity, before you got to that point, did you end up having to eat a lot of food? In order to compensate?
Eat food.
I'm talking a lot of food.
But,
a lot of food.
Fast metabolism. It's another side effect of learning magic.
Right.
There's quite a few, although I have quite the interesting one. If not for the mass amounts of coffee that I now use to keep myself in check, I just smell like burning electronics. Oh, also, I would like to go watch this fight because one of my students is actually involved.
Please do.
I was able to save 2 of my brothers.
If you'd like to accompany me, feel free.
Yeah.
I do wonder, but I do also imagine it's incredibly
I cut off my hair and I got into outfit. Also, I got into poison joke.
Maybe that's just my excuse for being able to do it. I don't know, just not my thing.
No idea what the hell that is, but I don't.
I think it's a type of I think it's a type of like poison ivy.
Maybe.
Yeah, it is.
I had a feeling it was poison with the name.
This is going to be very interesting to watch. Very interesting indeed.
Also,
so the one in blue is virtually indestructible. And the one in plate can conjure weapons made out of pure energy and just hit really hard.
I see. Virtually indestructible.
Yes, they are what you would call toonkin. So think of cartoons, they follow those rules.
And what about paint thinner?
What do you mean?
Something paint thinner would probably do them in quite well. I don't know, but yes, they're essentially a living cartoon.
Right.
So they abide by those rules.
Well, if they're made of
I've
inks,
seen them.
then paint thinner would be effective.
Oh, they've got hammers! They're both hammer!
No, it's a cartoon versus this other guy. So the guy in the blue, right? I've seen him summon an entire car out of a black hole and drive into someone.
Hi, Mr. Garu.
What?
Hello. I like the haircut.
Thank you. I cut it off.
I can tell.
I also got into poison joke.
I don't know what that is.
It's a type of poison oil.
Poison ivy. Talking like you're from Newark.
It really depends what it does to you, but it got on my hand, so it makes it look like a cartoon glove.
I've seen that guy. Yeah, I've seen him.
On vacation, forgot where, but I remember seeing that.
Well, we switched to a handout.
I like the bracers.
I do as well. They're quite nice.
We're really built for fighting, judging by their species. If you were, they would probably be better with long-range attacks, better than attacks.
You feel it better when you're in the
This place is nice too.
Kind of like what I do.
I'm just waiting for the cloud thing to happen again.
Cloud sing?
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Cloud thing.
They really do act like a cartoon.
I love this fight. This fight brings me serotonin.
What?
I've been considering a number of different.
Okay, I think that one's
Where did the call come
Yeah.
from again?
At this point, I don't question things.
Hmm.
I don't question things.
God, the spar could be quite fun, but I'm not sure who I would spar with. Yes?
I don't have my magic on.
I'm still in my combat attire.
Damn it, change out of your combat attire unless you're doing training or sparring.
Well, I was supposed to start training, but my student's currently in the arena, so I'm just kind of waiting for him to come out.
Casual gear if you have it.
I suppose you can report to what comes back.
What a weird love
I'm
story.
sure it will be a brief.
Nope. Oh. Definitely a tune.
I mean, if the big, like, monkey hammer wasn't enough of an indication.
Yeah.
He's an interesting fellow indeed.
Oh, that barely fucking grazed him. God damn. Go, Toon Boy, go.
Feel a cartoon.
I don't think he can get injured.
I mean, he lost color.
He said something about doing it's a classic way.
Dude, going old school.
Hmm.
He missed.
He's pissed off.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Oh my God! Is he alive?
I don't.
He's alive!
Hey, sorry, am I in the way?
This is why a tuna looks like a Looney Tunes ton and not an actual ton.
I guess.
Hide to the face.
I don't know who to cheer for.
Why?
Maybe some other time. Listen, I'll bring my weapons next time, and we can.
Oh, he's got a paintbrush.
We can have a little scrap.
Go, Toon, go! Go, Toon, go!
Alright, so be it.
Can you come over here and make this phone on count? Very important.
That just looks like chicken scratch.
No, go on the other side. Go on the other side. It's very important you read it like that.
Wait a minute.
Well, it's...
Yo,
What is...
I love seeing the tunes fight.
Thinks the tune might be fluxing a little.
He just got a piano dropped on him again.
That's not really surprising.
Mm.
I don't think I've ever seen like a very humble one.
I need to learn some tune abilities. I gotta evolve.
Hey, listen, stick it out.
Oh yeah,
You got
no,
like the.
that
I'm
reminds
gonna
me.
get them riled up. The for camp.
Could you help teach me
Can he
some
paint like a
ability?
wall to look like a road, and then he runs into the wall and dies or something? Like, how does that work?
I'm unexpected.
Surprise me on this game.
Yes. As for later on, I plan to I can teach more people first aid.
Many pianos.
Yeah, you needed my attention.
Amari?
Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay, sorry. You really got yourself a good touch up here.
I cut my hair
Oh my
off,
god.
but I got a new outfit.
Yeah, it looks lovely on you. Oh my gosh.
I also got into some poison jokes, and my hands are a little
Ooh.
fucked up. Hopefully it'll be fixed in a day. I should be shooting many hands today.
Also, where are you Oh gosh.
I lost my hair, and it feels great.
You know, that whole thing of just
I was trying to get the piano out of the way. Thank you very much.
It'll get out of the way eventually.
Okay, great. Yeah, just.
Oh, the barrier's up again.
I got it, don't worry. I used to play Logic. What the heck?
Just had the quick thought of I hope JC gets his ass handed to him.
You need anything? Here it is. You can handle yourself. I know you can. You can probably scare people off easier than I can. But I gotta get back. Medic just said he needs help dragging some people in, so I gotta get back to Fort. Okay? All right? You good?
Yeah, no. But this is my new roommate right now. She's staying with me, and I helped get some new clothes and everything.
Good luck with that whole paint thing.
Everybody's getting new clothes.
Yeah.
He's kind of helping me with something as well, so.
Which one are you on a date?
I mean, we can go now if you would like.
Well, there's like one other person I saw I wanted to say hi to
Mm,
or talk to, but I don't see them here anymore.
I see.
How'd you talk with
No.
your other electric friend go?
Kind of petered off after you left and then spar happened. The ones that was getting the pianos dropped on them was his student.
Oh.
So he wanted to watch.
Makes sense.
Mm. Yeah. But we can go whenever you would like, if you're getting tired. To be honest,
I mean, I
all
can
of
just
the...
go home by myself.
Mm.
You know, if you want to stay around.
I mean, I don't really know who else I would talk to.
I mean, that's why you, like, make conversation.
I
Or you
suppose...
start talking. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And here it
Baby
comes.
cage, baby cage.
Kaboom.
How unfortunate.
I'm going to be around for
When
now.
in doubt, baby cage, I suppose.
I'll be around for now. I'm just gonna be around
Of course.
for now.
Get more.
Of course.
Now we have discovered a really easy way to use barriers.
What?
What's up?
You trap someone in one, you step out of it, and then you explode the.
They are rebuilding a place that were
That is
known
totally
to be a
understandable. Take your
hive.
time.
They live in
Well,
literally
we
the
knew it
Plague
was
Lord's
a hive.
garden.
They don't fucking know if it was.
Its perspective is, yeah, as Atlas says, but I think that they might also be led on. I just don't know if it's true or by whom.
I don't know. I think they're just people caught in the crossfire. That's all.
That they are.
I appear to. It's fun though. God.
I'm sorry, Seven.
I did hit my stereo monitor though.
I got into some poison joke, so my hands are a little swollen.
Hello, my ghostly friend.
There we are.
Oh, hello there. What are you doing, Seven?
You'll be fine.
Don't
I
mess
don't,
with
all
Indigo.
of it's gone. I just don't know if I should be
wandering
shaking
around for a
hands or
place
things because it's
to
kind of
hang out
sore.
with other ghosts.
You know?
We
But I
sparred,
can do
and
this.
I got my ass kicked.
I'm looking for a proper
wrong
home.
way.
I thought you messed with Indigo the doctor.
Oh,
Sorry.
appears.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Are
Chris,
you
I thought
okay?
you, I thought you messed with Indigo on the Umbra, the doctor, not the guy.
Everyone here looks
Thank you.
alike.
How much?
I think I will look somewhere else.
Well, yeah.
10 gold.
I.
Here, Seven.
I.
You okay?
She
What
a
happened
glyph
then?
forms in her hands and poof, a book would summon as she out of a
I need to go and
she
speak with Karu.
and she and a glyph would form on her hand as it would the blue would turn into a green on her finger as she go boop, and she'd cast healing touch.
Oh dear. You okay?
You'd
Is
feel a
everything
bit better.
okay?
He just fell on his head. You okay? Sorry about that. Thanks.
Well, at least you guys are okay. I'm just being around for a bit.
It's good to
I'll
see
go
you
to
again.
Orlando Soccer sometime. It's always good to see
Hi,
you
pretty
too.
lady. Bye. Bye, pretty lady.
You are gay.
Yeah.
So
You're
am I.
drunk
So
already?
what's your point?
Jesus.
I mean, I am a bit as well.
A bit.
No.
No.
I'm actually bi. But yeah.
Playing for both sides, yet you're still single.
No, no.
Fuck you. That's
Yeah, we're
rude
not
and out
dating.
of pocket.
I
I
am
may
okay
be
because
single,
I am injured.
but at least I'm not a bitch.
Hello, Olivia.
Olivia, it's good to see you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
You missed me getting my ass
You're
kicked.
Olivia?
Indeed.
You're Olivia, right?
Yes, I am.
Hi, I'm Amari. She pulls out the coin.
Seven with it at
Don't mind
least
my hands. I
entertaining.
got into a little bit of poison joke, so you just kind of ignore that for now. They're just swollen. Aries gave me a gambit coin the other day.
Okay, very well. I like the dress. It's very cute.
Well, it's not a dress, but thank you.
Well, the outfit.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's okay. You too. You look really cool. You seem really cool. Hi, I'm Amari. I already know your name, but hi.
You suck
Desperate.
at talking to people.
Yep.
I'll be outside. Is there something?
You okay?
You might need to leave.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you alright?
I don't know what happened. I was just walking around and it just started hurting.
Let's get you home, then.
Mm.
If you lay down on the couch, I'll make you something to eat. Was it something to do for the spar?
No, I watched that just fine. It was something else.
Yeah. We'll talk about it on the way back. You can tell me about it.
I don't know, it's weird. I think I just need a minute.
If you're not feeling well, at least let's get you sat down.
Yeah, okay.
Here, benches are over here.
Okay. Man, I haven't felt like this in a really long time. It hurts. Is it just my head?
What are you feeling?
Maybe I got too close, but no, the barriers thingy should have.
Yeah, the barrier's effective. So if it wasn't the spar, it wasn't flux, and...
It hurts. Why does it hurt?
Did it?
I was walking away from the spar and I was gonna come find you so we could leave and... I didn't feel anything different. There were just some people walking past and... I mean, the one guy kind of stared at me funny, but I mean, people normally stare at you pretty funny here because everybody's kind of weird.
Who was it? What?
I don't, over there? With the, pink skippy? If that's what they're called, skippies?
The skippets.
It wasn't a skippet, it was the... He's just standing by himself.
Is the one in the long coat?
Yeah.
I see. Finn was...
Oh, now my chest hurts too. What the heck?
Do I need to take you to the hospital?
No, it's not. It's...
Are you sure? Because you're really starting to worry me.
My chest hurts, but it's not. It's... It feels like I'm forgetting something.
You said that this isn't the first time it happens, though, right?
No, it's happened before.
When was the last time?
Like the... When some of the... When... After Sin left... some people that I met caused it to happen, but it just was never this bad. Like... I'm guessing it has to do something with something I forgot, or something that she knew and I didn't. I just don't know.
So when you two were together, you didn't share memories? They were kind of exclusive?
No, they're kind of... Like, I can kind of remember some things, but they were always so foggy. Like, I was disconnected. But I could always feel what they were feeling.
Right.
I don't know what to do. I'm a little scared, actually. I've never had a reaction this odd.
Do you think talking to them would be a bad idea?
I don't know. I don't know if it would get worse.
Do you think that they did something to you, or...
It doesn't feel negative, it just hurts. Like it's a lot trying to come back at once. Like when you really got a burp, but it won't come up, and then it comes up all at once, and you feel like heartburn and stuff.
Yeah,
I guess.
like whenever you eat too fast and have a carbonated beverage visit, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a little less worrying.
In my heart and soul or something. Something's telling me to stay. Everything else is telling me that I should probably go home.
Well, I don't see them right now. They moved from that spot and walked, I believe, inside.
Oh, we have to go that way to leave.
I mean, you could always just open up a portal right here.
I guess, but I just don't know. I guess I wouldn't do that. Just trying to be respectful.
I mean, do you feel like you should talk to them?
I just told you, like, part of me feels like I shouldn't. A part of me is, like, the part of me, like,
Then let
the
me...
inside's telling me yes, but the brains are telling me we're in pain. We should probably go home.
Then let me ask this. Do you feel like it's important that you talk to this person before going
Kind
home?
of, yeah. But I don't know what to decide. I don't know. Maybe they were bad, and then I don't. I'm like, I'm not. I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know.
Let's try to start making our way out, and if we run into him, if you feel like you should talk to him, we can stop and talk to him.
Alright.
Alright?
Yeah.
And you don't feel that he's a threat to you?
I can't really tell. I just know that there's a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot of something. It's just hard to explain.
I see.
I don't know. It's making every. Right, let's just go.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah, I wanted to say goodbye to Sachi.
Ran the business there, handled the debt with Nemesis, removed that, the deals
There's
with
a,
that.
there's a, you know, there's.
Order supplies for medical.
I just wanted to say bye.
Have a wonderful night. You both have a wonderful night. Go relax.
I don't feel
Have a good night.
at all.
I think the last thing about it is that they mentioned something about
It was lovely seeing you.
Have a good one.
it's the corporation that made the
It depends on what you plan to use the supplies
I'm here
for.
for you.
If it's for stuff for the
Okay,
canteen,
because when I walked in there, you
I
were
said I'm here for you.
down at the ground looking like you were praying, and I was a little concerned.
Yeah,
I kind of passed out, to be honest.
Okay, okay, fair
Oi!
enough.
Never had
Hmm?
any
Like they were standing by Sashi. Wouldn't he know?
not directly.
Would he know?
You could ask. It's clear that it's bugging you.
Why are there two Higgs?
Hey, wait, which one's the real Higgs? Because honestly, Higgs would do that
Yeah.
too.
There was that
Yeah,
guy that was so
That
actually
fucked with me, I'm not
gonna
lie.
Yeah.
That actually fucked
Yeah.
with me mentally.
Oh, fucking Skinwalker.
Hold on.
Anyways,
What was that? Sorry again? Everyone's being
The
loud.
red-haired guy with the long coat that had like purple on it that was over there. With you? Do you know who that was?
Nemesis, councilman of the ward district.
I didn't know you were such a cryptid.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Alright.
No problem.
anyways.
Zeke double.
Oh, why?
Who's Nemesis?
Oh, Nemesis. It's not his name. Oh, what is his name? Oh,
But you know who he is.
I know he sounds familiar, but there's something wrong. Who is he?
Don't give yourself an aneurysm trying to remember. It'll come to you. And the more you try to chase it down, the further it's going to get. Happens to me all the time.
Maybe I should just go home and ask Sin.
That might be a good idea. Maybe she would know. Here we go. Yep.
Oh.
She might know. If you don't, she might. Because like you said,
Yeah.
you could feel emotions, but you weren't really connected memory-wise.
Yeah. It hurts a lot.
Well, we'll get home. We'll get home. I'll make you a cup of tea while you talk to Sin.
Bye. Yeah.
Kaz is super worried about her at the moment. He's never seen her react like that to anything.
I don't know what it is. It just won't go away.
Well, I mean, if it's being that fresh in your head, it might take a bit for it to go
No,
away.
like the feeling. Like the feeling of wanting to stay. To find. I don't understand.
Well, I didn't see them while we were walking through, so...
Guess they are left.
Yeah, maybe they came to talk to Sachi since they're both councilmen? Maybe it was something business related. That's what Sachi said. He was like the counselor of the water district.
I could barely remember after he said the name. It's whatever.
I really don't like this. Let's get the portal.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure the sooner you can talk to Sins, the sooner you can figure out this feeling. And if it's something that's important that you should talk to him, if it's him being one of the councilmen, perhaps you could make an appointment with him. Talk to him, like, at his office.
So mean. Oh god, I fucking know.
So the funny thing is...
Of course Corona had to do that with me.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. And the funny thing is before you actually caught up to Sachi to ask him, Kaz overheard Erlen talking about Nemesis. Basically, like, getting something to pay off the debt to Nemesis or whatever. Like, Lynette might have been out of earshot for that.
No, like, I heard it, but she didn't really, like, put 2 and 2 together at that point. Sorry, I just don't want to be in the way of the beer lines.
No. Yeah.
Hang on.
So yeah, they'll go home. Kaz will make her a cup of tea. Or she gets in touch with Sin.
I'm not gonna lie, my legs just
That would be funny.
What?
If, like, for her birthday or for Christmas this year, Kaz got her, like, an enchanted, like, big cat pillow for her to, like, float around in. A floating cat. Yeah, basically a giant floating cat pillow.
But it's plushy.
Yeah, that she could just, like, lay on.
It's fuck.
Yeah.
It's, like, down here.
Yeah, I mean...
I was having so many issues, like, finding my face.
Sitting down, mine is down up here. Like
I don't know, even when I'm standing, it's down here.
Gotcha. That's always been an issue that I've had with my hip tracker, is it basically scrunches me down just enough to where it starts fucking with my viewpoint. Yeah. So yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
What up? Hey guys, I'm doing it. The Aries Gaming is now real. I'm streaming first stream. Let's go, baby.
And I
Congratulations.
like 3 times.
Nice. This is my 3rd time.
Also, you're welcome for Lightning Bros.
Yeah, thanks. I think this is actually... He hasn't been back very long. Because Kaz was pointed at Kwaru, the lightning boy.
Yeah,
I didn't remember his name.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah. Kaz was pointed out, like, to talk to him. whenever he originally started coming to Misty, trying to figure out some of this shit.
Yeah.
But then he went away for a while. Basically, the week that I had asked, they were like, "Yeah, you should talk to him, but he's going to be gone for a bit."
We'll probably talk more about it later.
So this is the first time that I've seen him since
now
coming into a
you
lobby. Yeah.
Get to talk to him. You just have to stop being an awkward shit.
Yeah, Kaz is an awkward shit.
Yeah, we'll talk more about it.
I need to get on the other side of you.
Out of character.
No.
Whenever we're not in
The chick that, the character that was in the library, I felt really bad because I kept having to ask them what they were saying.
Mm.
Yeah. I just
I ended up turning them up all the way.
Yeah, and I mean,
hear anything.
sometimes it happens.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Puyo.
But I put Bishop in contact with her, so like I introduced them. So maybe Kaz did a good and armor situation's getting fixed.
I did that. Why else?
Yeah.
Why else facilitated them?
Yeah, because Kaz heard down the stairs something about a roommate.
Yeah, they were complaining that Ethan, their person that saved them / their roommate, always comes home like battered and beat up and is going out on stupid missions to get murdered and everything like that. And I'm like, hey, I know that feeling.
Yep.
My roommate, my housemate does the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
And I heard that, and I came up, and I'm like, "Speak up, housemate, and he shall appear."
Yeah.
Kaz knows when you're talking shit about him.
That's because she's allowed to at this point.
Oh, I
come
know.
on, man.
I know, with how close the two of them are.
She's put up with so much of his shit. Like,
Yeah, more than she's really ever deserved to have to put up with.
she's put up with so much shit she's never had to ever deserve to.
I know.
Let's be real.
I know. Poor Lynette. How does she get saddled with this mess?
Apparently, I turn into a pretzel. That's how she copes. I'm like, why can't I do it on command? There we go. I did it on command. And now I can't. Okay, there we go. It's like I'm not going to be able to unpretzel myself.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep.
Arab should be home like any minute now.
Yeah.
When does the lobby actually close? Is it 6:30?
20-ish minutes from now.
The hour is right now.
Yeah.
And so it's almost done.
Yeah, it's almost done.
I'm gonna punch Corona so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Dude ass. Because I told him this might happen. Because so the reason why it's actually causing her so much damage, like it hurts so much, is because one of the last times she spoke with Nemesis was when she and Sin were starting to be half and half.
Right.
But Sin was still in control. So a lot of the emotions aren't necessarily hers.
They're
She
Sin's.
also did get to meet Nemesis, kind of, right? So, yeah. Because there's such a mix-up, it's like tearing her apart on the end.
Yeah. And Kaz is worried.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. When they go home, what's the house gonna be like now?
Oh, fun.
I don't think the house is gonna be happy. I think Kaz is gonna be able to tell that the house is not happy.
Yeah, probably.
Not necessarily with him, unhappy with him. Just generally not a good mood.
Yeah.
I thought it would be good.
Zen,
Hi.
did you update Erlyn again?
She got turned back to being human.
God damn it. So, is she like full-on human now? She's like no longer Hamanya?
Human. Yeah, full on human.
So does that mean that the connection is busted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it say that you have trackers on them?
So yeah, House isn't going to be happy. Kaz is definitely going to be able to tell. And that's going to worry him even more.
House is going to be emotionally charged. House is probably going to get worse after she talks to Sin, by the way.
I kind of guess as much. But
Yeah.
Kaz is going to be hovering, but he's going to be doing it, like, kind of respectfully. He's not going to be like, do you need anything? Do you want something? He's not going to be like that.
I can't blame him for hovering, because she's normally not like this.
Yeah, and that's exactly it, and that's why it's worrying him. It's going to be something along those lines of... Oh, no. But yeah, it's one of those things of whenever they get home.
The other one comes by, takes advantage of the situation. Oh, I didn't even think about that.
How's the house going to change if she comes by?
Yeah.
Kaz isn't safe.
First is the knees, then it's the back.
The house is going to feel threatening.
Okay. Make your roll.
Why are you blue? Are you only half blue?
I don't have anything on hand to do so, otherwise I would.
Want me to pop a tab, roll one for you?
No. I want to do it. So don't worry about it. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll do it after.
Okay.
Yeah. It's time.
I have more things. I have more, like,
Goodbye, Sapphire.
things to think about in regards with that. Hello,
Yeah.
JC.
Why, hello, me.
Howdy. Sorry I didn't respond earlier. I was getting stuff sorted out with this one.
Yeah, you're setting your...
I will break the fourth wall. No, I will break all the reality just to go get the Sapphire.
Can't believe Hamsky broke his ankle on my sword.
I mean... It's his own damn fault.
It was funny. You should have seen it from my view, because he went to kick, and then his tracker lost tracking, and his leg bent backwards.
Great. Yeah.
Just need to take a moment to impress the fact that, Sapphire's gonna be gone for 2 years.
Also, what'd you think about the Toon fight? That was actually pretty good, yeah?
I think it was amusing. I feel like
Yeah.
the other guy too should take a lot more hits though.
But she just said it, that's all.
My only complaint is he needs to refine it a little bit more.
Hmm.
'Cause when I fought him at the meat rack, he flails. He does with the hammer.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's a good fighter. He keeps it interesting. Yeah.
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
I think the writing and then the piano was pretty good. I'm
sorry.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah. Like, I get what he was trying to do whenever he was holding up the stop sign for the guy. It was basically,
See, I feel
stop,
like for
and then...
me personally, if I was fighting them, I would have indulged those stupid things. Right?
Yeah. And he
Because
wasn't.
obviously the other guy's like trying to like keep his ego or whatever. But it seemed like that anyway. Like he didn't buy into the stop sign thing. He didn't buy into the. See, I would have bought into that for the comedic.
Yeah.
Actually, whatever for it personally. That's what I would have done. I just would have let the tune win. Because you never really went against tunes, honestly.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. It's like any normal person, unless if they have, like, whenever you're in a fight with them, and you're, like, susceptible to their logic, yeah, you're not going to win against the tune.
Yeah. You're not gonna
Still
win.
happening? It's
not
very
happening.
slow burn. It's a
I think my
corporation.
trackers died, just so you know. I think I'm stuck like
bad
this.
for it.
I'm
Okay.
stuck like
Goodbye, Hips. It was nice knowing you.
Yeah, but whenever Quaru said, yeah, he's basically virtually indestructible, he's a tune, Kaz was like, Phil, is he made of ink? Because Paint Center would work.
In like 2 years, and I realized I still have all the
Like, that was Kaz's immediate thought is, virtually indestructible. It's a tune. Tunes are typically made of ink. If he's made of ink, paint thinner's going to fuck him up.
It depends, because I've met some tunes that aren't. See, the one way that I know to fight a tune is to not actually engage them.
I'm gonna interact with one of these two today, just because I want Roger to socialize with them. It's immediate, like, damn it, I missed the chance because I'm doing staff thing.
Yeah, welcome to staff. But yeah, Kaz against Korra would be fun. Like in that theoretical situation.
That would be an interesting.
Kaz would eventually lose because he's not immune to it.
Supercharge them.
It would supercharge me, and then it would feed back and supercharge into him. But since Kaz isn't immune, it would eventually, yeah.
Have you and him versus another group.
Yeah. We would be a fucking dynamic duo there.
Yeah.
Because we'd basically charge each other up.
The way you win a fight against a Toon is boring them.
Mm-hmm.
You don't make it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They lose interest, they'll probably just fuck off because you're not.
Can't really do much.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Definitely makes
Toons
sense.
are all about giggles.
Yep.
So if you make it boring, they're just gonna be like, I'm gonna go pick on somebody else.
This character on Monday.
Oh.
Yeah.
He is a blood hunter
Well,
from D&D.
since your trackers are dead, and we're basically done.
Yep. I gotta go make them.
Yeah.
It's on its way home.
You gotta go make food. I need to go harass a couple of people about some stuff.
Steal something from him.
Is Sachi gone? Sachi left already.
Yep. He.
Wait,
You
where's
invisible
Sachi?
piece of crap.
He's not in this.
Oh.
Oh, wait, what?
Why the fuck are you like jellyfish?
Oh. Like a robot.
I gotta go get ready for
Hello.
my Zumba class.
Zap Zap the robot.
Or actually,
There you go.
I just wanted to tell you that I joined the server, by the way.
Hell yeah.
I was on it last night for like an hour.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. It's fun.
Oh god.
That's nice.
10 or 10:30 it opens.
Yay.
Is it open at 10?
All my trackers are dead, so I'm gonna yeet.
Yep. Have fun yeeting. I'm going to yeet as well.
It's open.
I yeet and
Oh,
eat.
9:13? Oh,
Yep.
oh, I thought they opened like sometime after shore. I didn't know they opened while shore was still open. Oh,
Yeah, also this is my new character.
All right. We are a yeeting.
Going for a few minutes.
So, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. And, have a good evening. Take care. Stay safe. Goodbye.